Good morning, dear children. Coming back to English literature class, let's discuss the question answers of Act 3, Scene 4 of Merchant of Venice. In the last video, I had explained Act 3, Scene 4. So, please take your book and workbook. Let's see the characterization. This scene takes place in Belmont. And here, about Portia. Portia's some different personality we can see here. This scene brings forth some new traits in personality of Portia. The head and heart have equal sway in her character. Underline these things. Highlight these such sentences. She is intelligent, witty, has presence of mind. She is capable of forming elaborate plans and has the courage to execute them. So, her character, she is intelligent, she is witty, and she has presence of mind. And capable of forming elaborate plans and has the courage to execute them. Now, in the beginning of the scene, Lorenzo praises Portia, her nobility and her godlike amity. This is done to compare her with Antonio, who is ready to sacrifice his life for Bassanio. Similarly, Portia is ready to sacrifice her wealth for Bassanio, and she spares no effort to save Antonio. Hence, Antonio and Portia depict selfless generosity in contrast with self-centered Shylock. So, they are selfless. Antonio and Portia are selfless and they are generous, and Shylock is self-centered. And Shylock loves everything for his own sake. You must be remembering that when he lost his daughter, that time also he was not that worried. He was worried more than his daughter, the money. Then Portia's delight at the prospect of disguising herself as a boy contrasts sharply with Jessica's embarrassment in disguising herself as a page boy. Jessica was embarrassed when she was asked to disguise as a page boy. She was embarrassed. But here she herself wanted to disguise as a man. And with good wit, Portia imitates a young man's bragging and boasting, and waits anxiously to fool her husband with a disguise. The romantic heroine and a maid disguised as men add humor to the scene and remind the audience that they are watching a comedy. So this is a characterization of Portia. Now coming to critical comments. Fill the time gap. This scene is very short scene. Scene 3 and scene 4 are very short, and such scenes are usually to fill the gap for shifting the scene from one place to another. That is from Belmont to Venice and Venice to Belmont. This scene fills up the time gap between the beginning of trial. It acquaints us with Portia's plan to save Antonio. And here, generosity contrasted with selfishness. These are the main themes you can see in this part. That is, Portia's godlike amity associates her with Antonio, who is the bosom lover of Bassanio. Both Antonio and Portia are dear to Bassanio, who exemplify the principle of selfless generosity, as Antonio is ready to sacrifice his life for his friend Bassanio, and Portia is ready to sacrifice everything at the sake to save Antonio's life. They serve a complete contrast to the selfish Shylock who loves none but himself. Theme of friendship. Friendship emerges as a precious relationship like love. Elizabethans valued friendship deeply. This comes out clearly in the relationship between Antonio and Bassanio. Comic element. The disguise theme, that is, the women dressed as men, adds to the comic element in the play. So, before going to the extract, children, you have to read it thoroughly. Many times you have to read, and you will be getting very good points from this critical appreciation and the characterization. So, let's go to extracts. Extract 1. How true a gentleman, you send relief. How dear a lover of my lord, your husband. I know you would be prouder of the work then customary bounty can enforce you. So read this fully, then we'll go to the extract. First question is, who is referred to as true gentleman? See the tense of the question, it is present tense. Who is referred to as a true gentleman? Antonio. And why is he in need of relief? Because he had taken 3,000 tickets from Shylock, and now the time got over, he could not pay it back, and now Shylock insists on the penalty for the forfeiture of the bond. That's why he is in need of relief. He had taken 3,000 tickets from Shylock and he could not pay it back timely. Now Shylock insists on the penalty for the forfeiture of the bond. So he wants relief. Then explain. Explain the relationship that exists between the gentleman and Bassanio. So who is the gentleman here? Gentleman is Antonio. So sincere love and true friendship, that is a relationship. That is the main point. Then you have to explain it, giving the answer that he was ready to sacrifice his life. Antonio was ready to sacrifice his own life, and Bassanio also, though he has taken a lot of money from Shylock, he did not hesitate to ask again and again. So that shows their closeness. So sincere love and true friendship exist, and proof is that all this. This is the proof that Antonio was ready to sacrifice his life for Bassanio's sake, and Bassanio did not hesitate to ask Antonio for more money, though he has taken a lot. Give the meaning children, please write from the paraphrase you have to write. And why does Portia conclude that the true gentleman must be like Bassanio? So that please take your reader, keep open your reader first of all, then take your reader, page number 145. In the paraphrase you can see that Portia tells in the paraphrase, when two friends spend their time together, show deep respect for each other, and when their souls are joined together by the same bond of love, there must be some similarity in the characteristics, behavior and disposition between both of them. This makes her conclude that Antonio, being the dearest friend of her husband, must be like her husband. So page number 145 in the paraphrase, second paragraph it is. Then coming to next question, what assignment does Portia give to Lorenzo? Which aspect of Portia's character is shown in this scene? So this same in next paragraph you can see that. What is the assignment? She entrusted. What assignment does Portia? It is in present tense. Your question must start in present tense. Portia entrusts, present tense, entrusts Bassanio with the care of management of her household. Then which aspect of Portia's character is shown in this? So please in the workbook you take the characterization. In page number 178 it is there. Here personality traits. She is intelligent, witty and has presence of mind, capable of forming elaborate plans and has courage to execute them. That is the main. You have to write here. And coming to the next question. Next extract. That is extract number 2. Lorenzo, I commit into your hands the husbandry and the manage of my house until my lord's return. For time on part, I have toward heaven breathed a secret vow to live in prayer and contemplation. So what is meant by husbandry and manage? Husbandry means control, care. Manage means management, taking care of her household. That is the palace and the servants and everything. That is and what responsibilities does Portia give to Lorenzo? Till her husband's return, what would they do? So responsibilities in the previous question, that is question number 1, 5th part. What did she assign to Lorenzo? The same thing. To take care of her, to take care and manage her household things. Then what will they do, both of them? Till their husband returns, they live in prayer and meditation. Till her husband returns, what would Portia do? Portia will live in prayer and meditation. Then what was Portia's intention in leaving her home? Actually, her intention was to go to what was, past tense it is noted, because for every grammatical mistake you will be losing 1 mark. And what was Portia's intention in leaving her house? Her intention was to go to Venice to save Antonio from the clutches of Shylock. Why did she need Nerissa to accompany her? She needed Nerissa to act as her clerk, lawyer's clerk. Then under what pretext was Portia leaving her house? She was living in her house in the pretext to live in prayers and meditation in a monastery which is 2 miles away. The pretext of living in prayers and meditation in a monastery which is 2 miles away from her house. Then coming to the next extract. Next question. Why does Portia say that? During her absence, Lorenzo would not find it difficult to her how to run her house smoothly. She had already instructed her servants. That in their absence, Lorenzo and Jessica would be the master and mistress. And how does Portia show that she is intelligent and has the management skills? She has first point. How she showed that she has got management. First, she instructed Lorenzo to take care of palace and servants. Then decided to go to Venice after consulting a lawyer. Then devises plans to save Antonio, and she plans to disguise. So these are very important points. Such questions are very important. That is, first, how does she show that she is intelligent and has good management skills? That is, first she entrusts Lorenzo with her house and servants, and she instructs her servants that hereafter Lorenzo and Jessica will be their master and mistress till Bassanio and Portia return. Then decides to go to Venice after consulting a lawyer. Then devises plans to save Antonio, and she disguises. Then next extract, Portia. Look, what notes and garments he doth give thee, bring them, I pray thee, with managed speed, unto the tranect, to the common ferry, which trades to Venice. So please read the full extract, understand it, and keep up on your reader also, children. Where does Portia send Balthazar? Who was Balthazar? Her servant. And why does she choose Balthazar to do the errand for? Errand means that small work is called as errand. So she sends. Does Portia send? It becomes sends. Portia sends Balthazar to Padua to her cousin Dr. Bellario, who is a noted lawyer. You have to write like this. Okay, all these points. That is, to Padua to Dr. Bellario, who is her cousin and also a noted lawyer. Then why does she choose Balthazar to do this errand? You must be remembering that she was telling that I have seen you very honest and trustworthy, because he was very. Why does she choose? She chooses Balthazar because he was very honest and trustworthy till now, and she expects further also the same. Then coming to, what does Balthazar take with him, to whom he is to give it? Balthazar took a letter to give to Portia's cousin Dr. Bellario, and give the meaning. Meaning is there from that, and if it is in the first person, you are supposed to write in the first person. The next question, what was the purpose of sending Balthazar to Portia's cousin? Why did she send? What was the purpose? The purpose was to hand over a letter and bringing back some notes and garments from him. So to hand over a letter and to bring back some notes and garments from Dr. Bellario. What hints Portia give to Nerissa in the extract regarding their mission? When and how are the rest of the plans to be revealed? She has some urgent work. She gives a hint that she has got some urgent work, and she will reveal it when they go to the place where when they go to the ferry, where they are, how they are planning to go there. Okay, so it is in page number 149, just above the scene 5. I will let you know my entire plan when we are in the carriage, which is now waiting at the entrance or the park gate. Then the next part of the question: when and how are the rest of the plans to be revealed? That is, when they are in the ferry, she will reveal. Yes. Then coming to fourth extract, Portia: then I'll repent and wish for all that I had not killed them, and 20 of these puny lies I'll tell. So while explaining, I told you children that this part is very important. So here, why wouldn't the husbands of Portia and Nerissa recognize them when they would see them? Why wouldn't they recognize? Because they would dress like young men. Portia will become the doctor of law, that is lawyer, and Nerissa will be disguising her as her clerk. How will Portia appear and behave after she reaches the destination? So that is in your reader, that is page number 149, children, that big paragraph. She will wear more gallantly as dagger by her side. She will speak, write in indirect speech. She will speak with a voice similar to a boy's voice breaking into deeper voice of man. Take large steps instead of 2 feminine steps. Then she will speak of brave fights like a boastful young man. And many inexperienced ways of boastful young fellows she would be speaking. So from page number 149, the long paragraph. What quaint lies she will be speaking? She will say that, same paragraph, how honorable ladies wanted his love, which when he denied, they would fall sick and die. He would also tell them that he could not do anything but express sorrow and wish that he had not been the cause of their death. These are the quaint lies. How does she expect men to react to her quaint lies? Men will believe that he has left school not more than a year ago. People will think that he has just left the school just 1 year ago. School means her education she has left. She has completed. Then coming to give the meaning, puny lies and rhetorics, bragging jacks. What does Portia tell Nerissa about the disclosing her future plans? Comment on the imaginative skills of Portia. So disclosing her future plans. So what was her plan to disclose? That is, she would be disclosing when they are in the carriage. And the next part is comment on the imaginative skills of Portia in this scene. In the imaginative skills, you have to come to characterization of Portia. Presence of mind, she has got intelligent, witty, presence of mind. And Portia's delight in characterization, third paragraph C. Portia's delight at the prospect of disguising herself as a boy contrasts sharply with Jessica's embarrassment in disguising herself as a page boy. With good wit, Portia imitates a young man's bragging and boasting and waits anxiously to fool her husband with her disguise. And because of this action, humor is added to the scene. And you have to explain from the reader the last long speech of Portia that you have to explain. Usually such questions come for 4 marks. Okay, so children, please complete your workbook and revise it again and again, then you complete the workbook. Thank you. Have a nice day.